All right, I hear you guys. Here. There you go. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today it's July the 17th, and inevitably, when it turns 90 degrees on my homestead, a devil hatches out. He's just a pure devil. I wish I could exorcise him off the property, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's called a chigger. And but I have found a cure for the bites. Now, there are a lot of myths about chiggers. A lot of people say the chigger stays on you and burrows into the skin, and you can suffocate them by putting fingernail polish on it. No. By the time you've got a welt, that chigger has dropped off and is ready to change from the larval stage, which it's like a mite, and lay eggs. Okay? It's already fed. It just feeds on skin cells. They don't attach like a tick. They don't suck blood. But they inject their saliva into your skin, and it dissolves the skin cells, and it makes a little red welt. And it itches when, they give you like a Novocaine when they bite. So you never know that they bit you, and you never know when you got into them. So it doesn't itch that day. They sit there and feed on those skin cells till they get all they want, and then they drop off wherever they're at. Now, if they drop off in your house, they're not going to survive. Okay? They need to be out in the grass. They don't like sunlight. They're going to be in the shade somewhere. 9 times out of 10. The north side of my house is shaded. I worked on my heat pump the other day, and I'm eat up with chiggers. How do you combat them? Well, the way you combat them is with a spray with DEET in it. Something like Deep Woods Off, Repel, or Cutter. Those are sportsman's grade or whatever. Alright, there's a whole bunch of them. But as long as it's got 40% DEET, it will repel the chiggers. And you spray all the openings to your clothes. Well, I did that. And what they did was I sprayed above my socks. They got in my socks and went straight in. Because my sock fabric is too open to block them out. Where this shirt fabric would be plenty to block them out. So 9 times out of 10, they're low on the ground. They're about that high off the ground, so they get on your pants legs. If you mess up and fall down, Crystal fell a couple of years ago picking blackberries, and she had them all the way up her sides and on her ankles and on her butt and just everywhere. So they itch mercilessly for about 3 or 4 days. And so there's a few things that you can do for the itch, but I found the real thing. But now, I started off with this. You take a hot shower, as hot as you can stand, and spray where the bites are. Then you put on, this is called pain relieving gel. The brand name would be Bengay. I buy the pain relieving gel from the dollar store. This stuff works really good for about $2. Okay? It works pretty good. After about 4 or 5 hours, you have to reapply. You have to spray off again and reapply. Then, when I blew out my shoulder, physical therapy used something called BioFreeze. Well, I buy the dollar store version called Cold Zone, and I was using that, and I found out that the menthol in this is stronger than the menthol in that. So I started using this, and it lasted a little bit longer. not a whole lot longer, but a little bit longer on those bites. I have found the number one thing to make those stop itching. You do not need to, and just regular lidocaine won't do it. Lidocaine does nothing for that itch, okay, by itself. Nothing. But with other stuff, it'll stop it for the entire day. And I know this is like $4 at the dollar store. This Cold Zone or imitation Biofreeze. This is icy hot spray with lidocaine. It's a menthol spray. Its active ingredients are lidocaine 4% and menthol 1%. Biofreeze is 4% menthol. Okay? Cold Zone here is 4% menthol. But this is 1% menthol and 4% lidocaine. The menthol makes it feel warm and kind of stops the itch, and the lidocaine deadens the sensation there. So, yeah, you get immediate relief from the menthol, and the lidocaine makes it hold. So, you can spray this on. I spray it all over where the chigger bites are, and then it's gone. Gone. The itch is gone, and it's gone all day. By the next morning, I'm starting to itch again after overnight. And this goes on as a dry powder, so you can spray it on and put your socks on right away. Okay? And it doesn't use as much. This will only last me, if I've got a lot of chigger bites, this will only last me a day or two. This is going to last me a week or two. Okay? I get them regular. I get in a hurry to do stuff, and I go, well, I probably won't run into them. Because chiggers aren't everywhere. They're about everywhere here. Anywhere there's tall grass, you better spray up on my homestead, because chiggers are awful. But this stuff stops that itch. Stops it. And it stops it for an entire day. Now, if you like this stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homesteading stuff every week, sometimes 1, sometimes 5 videos. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead that week. Now, if you hit the little bell, it'll be right up here when you come to the channel. It'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Now, with that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing.